onto the scene, climbing to a 340 batting average and knocking in a
first pitch, and we're underway.
Fires it home, it's gonna be close, and he got him! Oh, he just barrels into the catcher!
I don't know if these guys have a play.
Not in time! Not in time! Get him! He does! He's got to get it ready. And he's out, and it is over.
Comes the pitch, outside corner, strike three. Jeter goes down looking. That one was too close to take.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen power from the dominating team.
That's so frustrating for a team to fall apart.
Two teams I never thought I'd see this point in the season. The Giants and the Angels. Either way, we have a Cinderella story on our hands.
Long overdue.
That is just an unhittable pitch. Very long strike. Deadly offensive trying to play the game.
Lost, there's one off the back.
The Angels win! The Angels win!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to MLB 2004. A battle today between the Boston Red Sox and the Baltimore Orioles. This is Vin Scully with you, along with my partner, Dave Campbell.
Great to be here, Vin. Vin, there's an ever-so-soft breeze blowing out of the south today.
You got it, Dave. The fans in the stands are settling in, ready for the national pastime at Camden Yards. Here we go. Starting pitcher for the Orioles, Rodrigo Lopez. Lopez burst on the scene in 2002. He went 15-9 with a 3.57 ERA for the Orioles. A good young pitcher who seems to improve with every single pitch. Welcome. Should be an excellent game today between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. I'm Vin Scully, and with me in the booth is Dave Campbell.
Thanks, Vin. Always a pleasure to be with you. Vin, I think this game is going to be exciting.
Well put, Dave. Fenway is configured about as oddly as any park around, Dave. 420 to one part of center and just 302 down the right field line. Starting pitcher for the Red Sox, Pedro Martinez. With a mid-90s fastball, a terrific circle change, good slider, and big curve, Pedro Martinez is simply one of the best pitchers in the game. Let's watch him work. Welcome to MLB 2004 on the PlayStation 2. We have a real showdown today between the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and the New York Yankees. Vin Scully here next to Dave Campbell.
Always a pleasure to be here, Vin. Yankees baseball is always accompanied by great fanfare, Vin, as it should be. The boys in pinstripes are some of the best.
You got it, Dave. It's hard not to get sentimental about great baseball days of yore when in Yankee Stadium, Dave. Even the players get emotional here. Starting pitcher for the Yankees, Roger Clemens. Clemens throws a four-seam fastball that hitters chase out of the zone, a two-seamer that runs in on righties, a deadly forkball, a slider, and a change. Deadly arsenal.
For the land of the free and the home
Welcome to MLB 2004. A great game today between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. I'm Vin Scully, and it's a pleasure to be next to Dave Campbell.
Great to be here, Vin. 1998 was Tampa Bay's inaugural season in Major League Baseball, and they've been battling since.
All right, Dave. You know, the shape of the outfield here in Tampa Bay is almost identical to the old Ebbets Field in Brooklyn. Starting pitcher for the Devil Rays, Joe Kennedy. Kennedy pitched well in spurts in 2002, going 8-11 for a team that didn't give him much offensive support. But he'd like to get over the 500 mark this year. Welcome to Toronto. A good game today between the Chicago White Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. Hi, friends. Welcome. This is Vin Scully, along with my partner Dave Campbell, wishing you a very pleasant good afternoon.
Thanks. Always great to be with you.
Then hopefully this game will live up to its billing.
Well put, Dave. Who says America's pastime doesn't sell well up north? Looks like every seat is filled. Starting pitcher for the Blue Jays, Roy Halladay. 2002 was the year that everything came together for Roy Halladay. He was 19-7 with a solid 2.93 ERA. He wants to keep things rolling. Welcome to Chicago. A battle today between the Cleveland Indians and the Chicago White Sox. I'm Vin Scully, and standing next to me is Dave Campbell.
Vin, always a pleasure to be working alongside a living legend.
On paper, these two teams are as evenly matched as possible.
Well put, Dave. One of the few new pitchers' parks around, the outfield here in Chicago is where fly balls go to die. Starting pitcher for the White Sox, Bartolo Colon. Colon throws 2- and 4-seam fastballs anywhere between 92 and 99 miles per hour, and then, just when you think you know what's coming, he delivers an 80. Welcome to Cleveland. We've got a great game today between the Detroit Tigers and the Cleveland Indians. I'm Vin Scully, and it's a pleasure to be next to Dave Campbell.
Thanks. Always great to be with you.
How about a little history, Dave?
It seems like the Indians are competitive year in and year out. They just need to get over the hump.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. There's a group of people standing beyond the left field wall, ready for the game to start. Starting pitcher for the Indians, CC Sabathia. At 6'7", 270 pounds, Sabathia is as physically imposing as any pitcher in the league, and able to work deep into any game he starts. Watch him work here. Welcome to MLB 2004. A good game today between the Kansas City Royals and the Detroit Tigers. With Dave Campbell, this is Vin Scully. Welcome to another great MLB matchup.
Always a treat to be working alongside you, Vin. Thanks. The Tigers need to raise their level of play if they're going to match the splendor of this new stadium.
Thanks, Dave. It's 422 feet to dead center here in Detroit, so if you want to hit it out, you'd better hug the lines. Starting pitcher for the Tigers, Mike Maroth. In 2002, his rookie campaign, Mike was 6-10 with a 4.48 ERA, but he got stronger as the season wore on, giving the manager hope for this year. Welcome to Kansas City. A battle today between the Minnesota Twins and the Kansas City Royals. Vin Scully here with my partner Dave Campbell. Welcome.
Thanks, Vin. Always a pleasure. The Kansas City Royals have won one world title back in 1985 over the Cardinals.
Thanks, Dave. A great view as always from atop Kauffman Stadium. Here we go. Starting pitcher for the Royals, Jeremy Affeldt.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to Minnesota. Going to be a great game today between the Anaheim Angels and the Minnesota Twins. Vin Scully here along with Dave Campbell.
Baseball on a fine afternoon, Vin. There's nothing like it.
Vin, you can just feel the tension surrounding this game.
Well said, Dave. Here at the Metrodome, you've got to deal with the ceiling and a tarp-covered wall in right. Starting pitcher for the Twins, Brad Radke. Radke has excellent command, able to throw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, curve, slider, and change, all for strike.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to MLB 2004. Should be an excellent game today between the Oakland A's and the Anaheim Angels. I'm Vin Scully, and standing next to me is Dave Campbell.
Baseball on a fine afternoon, Vin. There's nothing like it. Anaheim is a great place to watch a ball game, Vin. The weather almost always cooperates.
Okay, Dave, pull up a chair, grab a glass of lemonade, and enjoy a beautiful game of baseball in Anaheim. Starting pitcher for the Angels, Jared Washburn. Washburn has developed into an ace, complementing his fastball with a good slider and an above.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to MLB 2004 on the PlayStation 2. Should be an excellent game today between the Seattle Mariners and the Oakland A's. Vin Scully here with my partner Dave Campbell. Welcome.
Great to be here for what promises to be another great game of MLB.
Vin, the fans are juiced for today's game.
I agree, Dave. We're near the San Francisco Bay here, so along with your scorebook, have your jacket at the ready. Starting pitcher for the A's, Barry Zito. Sit back and watch this young man Zito work. He has a decent heater, but it's his curve and change that leave hitters wondering if perhaps they've just...
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to Seattle. We have an excellent matchup today between the Texas Rangers and the Seattle Mariners. Hello, everyone. This is Vin Scully alongside Dave Campbell. Welcome to today's game.
Should be another great day for baseball, Vin.
Vin, there is a fierce wind blowing out of the southwest today.
Thanks, Dave. This crowd is wired, ready for a great game here in the Pacific Northwest. Starting pitcher for the Mariners, Freddie Garcia. In 2002, Garcia continued to confound opposing batters, going 16-10 for Seattle.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to Texas. We've got a great game today between the Atlanta Braves and the Texas Rangers. I'm Vin Scully along with Dave Campbell.
Thanks. Always great to be with you. Everything seems to be bigger in Texas, including this crowd and the hopes they hold for their Rangers.
Okay, Dave. 390 to left center, 381 to right center here in Arlington, fans. So the power alleys are deep. Starting pitcher for the Rangers, Chan-Ho Park. Park throws a fastball that can reach the mid-90s, a knee-buckling curve, a slider, and an occasional change.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to Turner Field. We have a real showdown today between the Florida Marlins and the Atlanta Braves. Vin Scully here next to Dave Campbell.
Great to be here, Vin.
How about a little history, Dave?
These Braves fans don't want to settle for the National League pennants anymore. They want the Braves to win it all.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. The debate still rages over whether this is a hitter's park or a pitcher's park, but either way, it's a beautiful place for baseball. Starting pitcher for the Braves, Greg Maddux. In 2002, Maddux continued to roll up his Hall of Fame numbers, going 16-6 with a paltry ERA of 2.62. They better clear a place in Cooperstown because Mr. Maddux
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to MLB 2004. A great matchup today between the Montreal Expos and the Florida Marlins. Welcome to today's game. With my partner Dave Campbell, this is Vin Scully.
Vin, great to be here.
Vin, the atmosphere for this game can only be described as electric.
Good point, Dave. From where we sit to the center field wall is a long way here in Miami, so these hitters better pack their strongest wood. Starting pitcher for the Marlins, A.J. Burnett. Burnett gets in trouble when he gets predictable, but as long as he mixes up that blistering fastball, spike, curve, and change, he's tough to fix. Welcome to Montreal. A good game today between the New York Mets and the Montreal Expos. Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's game. Alongside Dave Campbell, Vin Scully here with all the action.
Thanks, good to be here. The Expos are named after the popular World's Fair Expo of '67. Little trivia for you there.
Okay, Dave. Olympic Stadium is as beautiful today as the day they unveiled it all those years ago. Let's get going. Starting pitcher for the Expos, Javier Vazquez. 2002, Vazquez wasn't as productive as he had been in 2001, but he still managed 13 wins.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to New York. A great game on tap today between the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Mets. Vin Scully here, and with me as always, my partner Dave Campbell.
Baseball on a fine afternoon, Vin. There's nothing like it.
By the looks of these two teams, it should be a competitive game.
You said it, Dave. Not a more exciting place for baseball in the world, Dave. New York City. The city that never sleeps. The city that never stops believing in their Mets. Starting pitcher for the Mets, Al Leiter. In 2002, Leiter extended his string of double-digit win seasons to 8 by posting a 13-13 record with a 3.48.
For the land of the free and the home of the
everyone, and welcome to MLB 2004. We're in store for quite a game today between the Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies. Vin Scully here next to Dave Campbell.
Always nice to be along for another great game of MLB.
I'm not sure if it's a turf for the Philadelphia fans, but opposing players never like to come play the Phillies.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Well, the city of brotherly love just loves MLB. Let's deliver. Starting pitcher for the Phillies, Kevin Millwood. Besides a fireball of a fastball, Millwood also throws a hard slider, a curve, and a good change. He's definitely come into his own.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And a pleasant good afternoon to you. Welcome to MLB 2004. We have a real showdown today between the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago Cubs. This is Vin Scully alongside Dave Campbell.
Should be another great day for baseball, Vin. Vin, the fans have been patient, but they can't wait for this thing to get started.
You said it, Dave. Chicago isn't named the Windy City because of its weather. The nickname originated because of the city's long-winded politicians. Starting pitcher for the Cubs, Kerry Wood. Wood's fastball is every bit as fast as it was before his surgery, and while his curve can be erratic, hitters flail at it anyway. Let's
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
welcome to Great American Ballpark. We've got a great game today between the Houston Astros and the Cincinnati Reds. I'm Vin Scully, and with me in the booth is Dave Campbell.
Thanks, good to be here, Vin. I bet some folks out there don't know that the Cincinnati Red Stockings, a descendant of the Reds, was the first professional baseball team.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. A little baseball in the city of Cincinnati. If you love history, tradition, and great play, you're in for a real treat. Starting pitcher for the Reds, Jimmy Haynes. Haynes is a lanky right-hander, throws a good fastball, an overhand curve, and a slider. Fine arsenal.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to MLB 2004 on the PlayStation 2. We've got a great game today between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Houston Astros. Hello, everyone. This is Vin Scully alongside Dave Campbell. Welcome to today's game.
Always a treat to be here, Vin.
Vin, hopefully this game will live up to its billing.
Well said, Dave. This stadium is a sight to behold, fans. Let's enjoy a game of MLB here together. Starting pitcher for the Astros, Roy Oswalt. In 2002, Oswalt followed his previous 14-win campaign with a stellar 19-9 mark, proving that he's a young talent.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to Milwaukee. A great game on tap today between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm Vin Scully, and standing next to me is Dave Campbell.
Great to be here, Vin.
Vin, hopefully this game will live up to its billing.
Well put, Dave. This is a stadium for all ages, all levels of expertise, Dave. Let's sit back and enjoy the show. Starting pitcher for the Brewers, Ben Sheets. In 2002, Sheets was 11-16 with a 4.15 ERA, also recording the second
For the land of the free and the home of
Welcome to PNC Park. Going to be a great game today between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm Vin Scully, and with me in the booth is Dave Campbell.
Thanks, Vin. What a great day for some MLB. The Pirates got their name in 1891 when they raided a rival league for players. Kind of a dubious name to claim.
Okay, Dave. Dave, it seems like we go to a few brand new parks every year. Well, PNC Park opened in 2001 to rave reviews. I can see why. Starting pitcher for the Pirates, Chris Benson. Benson complements his excellent fastball with a sharp slider, a decent curve, and improving change. Good repertoire for a
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to MLB 2004. A great game on tap today between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the St. Louis Cardinals. Vin Scully here next to Dave Campbell.
Vin, always a pleasure to be working alongside a living legend. The Cardinals last made the World Series in 1987, but they haven't won the World Series since 1982.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Middle America, the ideal place for a leisurely game of baseball. Sit back, grab an iced tea, and enjoy the show. Starting pitcher for the Cardinals, Matt Morris. Morris has a wide array of pitches, throwing a mid-90s four-seam fastball up in the zone, a sinking two-seamer, a change, and an overhand curve. One of the best in the game.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to Bank One Ballpark. Another excellent game today between the Colorado Rockies and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Vin Scully here along with Dave Campbell.
Vin, we should have a great game here today.
Vin, there's a strong wind blowing out of the west today.
All right, Dave. We're 1,090 feet above sea level here in Phoenix. Watch for the ball to jump into the outfield pool. Starting pitcher for the Diamondbacks, Randy Johnson. 2002 was just another chapter in a Hall of Fame career for Johnson, winning the Cy Young for the fourth year in a row and the fifth time in his stellar career.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to Colorado. We've got a great game today between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Colorado Rockies. With Dave Campbell, this is Vin Scully. Welcome to another great MLB matchup.
Always nice to be along for another great game of MLB.
Vin, there's a gusty breeze present today, and that's definitely going to affect play.
All right, Dave. Well, it's always beautiful in Colorado, unless, of course, you're a major league pitcher. Starting pitcher for the Rockies, Jason Jennings. Jennings throws a hard sinker, a good change, and a slider, but he needs to establish his hard stuff early and then move on to the breaking stuff to be
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to MLB 2004 on the PlayStation 2. A great matchup today between the San Diego Padres and the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm Vin Scully, and it's a pleasure to be next to Dave Campbell.
Always a treat to be working alongside you, Vin. Thanks.
Vin, there's definitely a buzz around the stadium for today's game.
I agree, Dave. Though you wouldn't know it to look at it, Dodger Stadium is one of the oldest parks around, and it's also one of the most memorable. Starting pitcher for the Dodgers, Kevin Brown. When healthy, Brown's stuff has as much movement as anybody's in baseball. Let's see if he has Welcome to San Diego. We have a real showdown today between the San Francisco Giants and the San Diego Padres. Hi, everybody. I'm Vin Scully, along with Dave Campbell for another great MLB matchup.
Thanks, Vin. Always a pleasure.
Vin, the fans have been patient, but they can't wait for this thing to get started.
Well said, Dave. This is one of the most beautiful venues in all of baseball. Let's get started. Starting pitcher for the Padres, Brian Lawrence. In 2002, Lawrence was 12-12 with a solid 3.69 ERA, and they're looking for even more from him this season. Let's see how he does.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to Pacific Ballpark. A great game today between the Baltimore Orioles and the San Francisco Giants. I'm Vin Scully, and it's a pleasure to be next to Dave Campbell.
Thanks. Always great to enjoy a day of baseball with you.
On paper, these two teams are as evenly matched as possible.
Well put, Dave. A beautiful 42,000-seat venue tucked right against one of the prettiest bays in the world. Not a bad place for baseball. Starting pitcher for the Giants, Jason Schmidt. Schmidt always seems to get stronger as the game wears on, often starting a game with a high 80s fastball before turning it up to the mid-90s by game's end.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to Florida, baseball's East Coast spring training home. A great game on tap today between the New York Mets and the New York Yankees. Hello, everyone. This is Vin Scully alongside Dave Campbell. Welcome to today's game.
Should be another great day for baseball, Vin. Vin, nothing says baseball like the familiar pinstripes of the legendary New York Yankees.
Thanks, Dave. Starting pitcher for the Yankees, Roger Clemens. Clemens throws a four-seam fastball that hitters chase out of the zone, a two-seamer that runs in on righties, a deadly forkball, a slider, and a change. Deadly.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Time for the crack of the bat and the pop of the leather. Welcome to MLB 2004. We've got a great game today between the New York Mets and the New York Yankees. Vin Scully here with my partner Dave Campbell. Welcome.
Always nice to be along for another great game of MLB.
Vin, there is a strong wind blowing out of the northeast today.
Okay, Dave. Starting pitcher for the Yankees, Roger Clemens. Clemens throws a four-seam fastball that hitters chase out of the zone, a two-seamer that runs in on righties, a deadly forkball, a slider, and a change. Deadly.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to MLB 2004. We have a real showdown today between the New York Mets and the New York Yankees. Vin Scully here, and with me as always, my partner Dave Campbell.
Always a treat to be working alongside you, Vin. Thanks.
On paper, these two teams are as evenly matched as possible.
You got it, Dave. Starting pitcher for the Yankees, Roger Clemens. In 2002, Clemens won 13 games, proving that though he's over 40 years old, he's still got some gasoline left in that big
For the land of the free and the
Welcome to Florida, baseball's East Coast spring training home. We've got a great game today between the New York Mets and the New York Yankees. Hello, everyone. This is Vin Scully alongside Dave Campbell. Welcome to today's game.
Thanks. Always great to enjoy a day of baseball with you.
Vin, the atmosphere for this game can only be described as electric.
You got it, Dave. Starting pitcher for the Yankees, Roger Clemens. In 2002, Clemens won 13 games, proving that though he's over 40 years old, he's still got some gasoline left in that big tank of his.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And a pleasant good afternoon to you. Welcome to MLB 2004. We've got a great game today between the New York Mets and the New York Yankees. Hi, everybody. Vin Scully here with Dave Campbell, and a pleasant good day to you.
Great to be here, Vin.
Vin, the crowd here is anticipating a good game today.
Good point, Dave. Starting pitcher for the Yankees, Roger Clemens. In 2002, Clemens won 13 games, proving that though he's over 40 years old, he's still got some gasoline left in that. Welcome to the new Comerica Park, home of the 2003 MLB All-Star Game. In the booth with Dave Campbell, this is Vin Scully.
Thanks. Always great to enjoy a day of baseball with you. This new Comiskey was built just a few years back. It's a nice place to watch a game.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. The fans can't wait for this to begin, and I don't blame them. Let the stars shine. Starting pitcher for the American League All-Stars, Derek Lowe. Lowe has always thrown an excellent sinker, but things really took off for him when he began to throw his curve and change with more.